Hi everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic. So today I'm here with another new collection, and this is the Hexagonal Box and Card die set. So in this collection we have the set that will create the smaller box, the smaller sided box for you. And over here we have the Hexagonal Box extender, and this will make the sides to the box larger. Now we've also got some nesting dies in the same shape, and we've got some stamps and a die set that will go with it. And these will cut out beautiful shapes for you from the stamps that are in the pack. Now your dies will not come on a magnetic sheet. I've added these to the sheet myself so that I don't lose the small pieces that are in it. Now there are also two stamp sets in this set. One is for birthdays and one is for occasions. So for the nesting set, I've taken the largest die and I've folded a piece of A4 in half, and I've put this onto the card, leaving one of the pieces just over the top, and that's just off the card there. So once you cut that now, you will have a card that will stand in tenfold for you. I've also used the others to create mats that will go on the front. Now from the stamp and die set, I've taken this large die and I have stamped it in gold, and I've used the die to cut this out. And that will sit on the front of my card. Now from the other dies in the set, I've die cut and stamped all my flowers, and I've coloured them to the colours that I want, and they're also going to sit on the front of my card. So with the flower dies from the stamp and die set, if you carefully position those onto some card, you can then use that card as a stencil for other items that you may want to add to your card. So I've stenciled a pattern on this. I've used one of the dies from the nesting set, and I'm just going to pop that under there. And then with all the flowers, I'm simply going to layer them up and add them to the front of my card to make a really pretty display. Now I'm not spending a lot of time on this one because the main purpose of this video is to show you how the box goes together. So this is how my card will be, and I'll use one of the stamps from the stamp collection, and I'll add a little sentiment that goes onto the front. So let's have a look at the main box and card die set, and you get a lot of dies for your money in this set. So let's just have a look at this one. This is the one that cuts the lid to your card, and these you can use to layer it. These will cut the little side panels for you. Now this one, that's a little label. This one will act as a layer for any of these other dies that you wish to use, and this one will cut the sides. So let me show you what I've done. I'm going to do my box in pink and white. So from this main die I have cut this piece once. From this side piece I've cut that twice. From these layers I have cut different coloured pieces, and they're going to be the bottom of my box. And then using this die and this one, I have cut enough for each of the panels on my card, on my box, and then using this one and this one, I have cut more panels to go on the side of my box. So these are going to fit on there. So let's get busy and put this together. So with your glue now, you're going to add in all these little side pieces, and you're going to do it to the box lid while it's flat. It's a lot easier to do while it's flat. So we'll add these in there to the centre, and then on the top you're going to add in these patterned pieces. And as I say, it's easier to do while it's flat. So now from the scalloped edge die and the patterned piece, I have cut that in pink. I've placed this into the centre of the pink layer and I've cut this out, and then I've used this scalloped one again just to cut a plain white layer, and that's going to sit in there with this on top, and that's my box lid then ready to be assembled. So I'm going to add this with just some glue. And then the other layer I'm going to add with some foam underneath it. So we'll take the backings off these foam pads, and we'll add this to the top of the box. And now we can leave that on one side now, just to let it all settle down and dry. So let's come to these pieces now. These are the sides to the box, so you're going to fold in all these score lines. On both pieces. So once you've folded in the score lines on both pieces, you can lay them down flat. So we'll put them down so that the good side is facing upwards, and I'm going to add some glue along this outside flap, and then we'll add this piece to it, make sure that they're level, and we'll glue that in place. Now while it's still flat, we're going to add in these pieces. So we're going to add all these in along these sides, these panels, and then we're going to add these to the top. So once you have all these glued in place, you're going to bend all the other score lines on your box, and then you're going to add some glue along this tab, and you're going to fold it around so that this side matches it, and you're going to glue those two together along there, and you're going to make sure that they're level. So there now is your box sides ready to be added with the base. So once you've got your sides glued together, you're going to add glue along all these tabs, and then with the plain die from the set, I've cut a pink layer, and that's going to sit in there. You'll need to make sure that all those little tabs are pushed onto this panel. And then from the scalloped layer I've cut another one in white, and that's going to line the bottom of the box along there. Now if you wanted to, you could take that largest die again and you can create another panel that sits on the bottom there, and that will tidy your box up completely. But let's go on to this now. So we're going to fold all the score lines in and the little tabs. And then once you've done that, you're going to add glue to all these little tabs, and you're going to glue this lid together. So we'll add some glue along here. And you're going to bend that up and add this to the side of it. Make sure it's lined up nice and level. And you're going to repeat that all the way around. So once all your sides are glued together, you can take another piece of the plain pink and you can line this just the same as you did the box base. And that will give you now a lid that will fit on your box nice and neatly, ready for you to fill with goodies for your recipient. So again, using the stamp and the die set, which is the Pretty Daisy die and stamp set, I'm going to add some flowers to my box lid. So I'm just doubling these flowers up to make a nice layer, and we'll intersperse them with some lilac ones. And now you've got lots of room on there now to add a sentiment of your choice. You can line the inside with some tissue paper and add your gift. And there you have a really pretty box ready to send. It's been lined on the lid and on the base, and as I said, you can always line this piece as well if you wish. Now just to finish these flowers off, I'm adding some pearls into the centre. So I've got white ones for the lilac flowers, and I've got pink ones for the pink flowers. And there we are, a beautiful box with smaller sides. So to create the box with the larger sides, you're still going to need the box lid, and you're still going to need a box base. Now the extender box will create longer sides for you. This is the shorter one, this is the longer one. So you can see that there's a good distance between the two. So for this longer one, you're still going to need 2 panels. So to decorate the lid, I've taken the patterned one and I've taken the plain one there, and I have cut these from white card, and that will sit on the top of my box lid. Now for the side panels, I've gone to the extending box set, and I have taken this die and I have cut this 6 times for each of these panels on the sides. I've also taken the bow and I've cut the bow and the little bits that go with it, and that's going to wrap around my box. Now just to go back to the original, the complete box set, I've taken this die again and I have cut these to sit around the sides of my lid. So we're going to put this together exactly the same as we did the other one. We're going to add these in while it's flat. So while I do this, I'm going to speed things up and I'm going to play some music. Now to create the bow, we're just going to put some curve into the outside edges, and then with a little spot of glue in the middle, we're going to add these pieces in. Now you may need to hold it until the glue sets up, but that's your top of your bow. So we'll add a little bit of a curve to these as well. And then this piece we're going to wrap around the top. So I'm just going to put a crease in it there and crease it underneath there, and do the same on this side. And now we can glue that into place on our lid. Once we've done that, we'll just add a little spot of glue under there just to hold that in place. And now once this is stuck, we can add some glue to this, and we can add this to the middle. And again, you may need to just hold it until it sets up. And now once that's set, we'll add some glue to the middle there, and we'll add this in place on our box lid. Now if you wanted to, you could cut two of these smaller pieces and you could add them to the side of your box to look as if the ribbon is extending down the side. But if you do that, you'll have to make sure that the lid goes on the correct way each time you take it off. You won't have these lining up with the top. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave mine like this. Now, just to add a little more decoration to my box, I'm going to add some pearls to each of the centres of the flowers on the side, and then I'm also going to do the same to the lid. So I'm going to add flowers, pearls into the centre of these flowers, and that just decorates it up a little bit more. So there you have boxes of two different sizes. One is using the complete hexagonal box and card die set. The other one is using the extender sides, and this one is using the nesting hexagonal nesting set, and that's just to create a card that you can add to your box or you can send separately. That one has used the stamps and the dies, as has the box, and the stamp sets will complement either birthdays or occasions for your recipient. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please join me on the next one. And why not subscribe to my channel, click the notification bell, and you'll always be aware when I add a new video. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.